Here's a good example of why you should thoroughly check the chassis on a E46, especially on a M3. This axle is now removed from underneath the car, but when you look up at the car with the axle in place, that's the left rear mount, which normally has a problem. And you see there's a lot of dirt and grime over it, and we can see very slightly through the dirt and grime that there is a hairline crack in the floor. Very hard to see on this picture, but then if we move around, once the camera focuses, we can see a nice corrosion line, which is a hairline crack in the chassis. So that's one area which is almost hidden, because like I say, when you're under the car looking that way, the axle provides coverage for that crack, so you're only seeing small little hairline cracks here, but in actual fact they can be quite a size. Once you take the axle out or look properly or clean the floor, for instance. And that's the left rear, and then we move over to the right rear, and this is only 66,000 miles, this car, and it's quite a shocker, this front right mount. Many hairline cracks and problems where they're meeting, and you can see so many cracks have joined up together. There's actually a section which is starting to fold outwards where the bush has been impacted in the floor. So none of this is really visible with the axle in place. Very slightly, you might have seen that very top hairline crack, but you never would have seen this sort of damage without taking the axle out. And if we use a little pick, then probably about 2 millimeters, a snap-on pick, you can see there's a section here which is actually gapped, because you can get the pick inside. And if I put a little bit of pressure into that, that's how flimsy the sheet metal floor is. All that corrosion in there has obviously been there a long time, so the cracks have been there quite some time, and what some people or some companies might do is just weld these external hairline cracks. Say they didn't flex that piece out like I did, the cracks would just be welded, but that's the outer panel being welded, this little piece, which is only a thin 0.75mm press sheet, which isn't that important to a degree. What the real area is that needs good protection and good reinforcement is this inner platform here, this one which has got all the corrosion off, which is now exposed. That's the one where the threaded mount is going in, and where most of the energy is being, or the twist and tip in action is going through, and that one needs exposing so that we can weld penetrate into this one and then blend it into the outer panel. This is almost just a covering panel. And then also with our reinforcement plates, then we'll also drill through this outer panel so that we can start a plug weld on the inside one, plug connect it and puddle it into the outer one, and then our reinforcement plates as well. So we've got like a 3-layer connection.